So the other day there was a few people on a forum talking about what a drag it is doing the fertilising, that it takes so long and stuff. So I just figured I'd do a little video about what I use and how I do it, which seems to make it a lot easier for me. There is a price to pay, it's not cheap, but you get the job done a lot quicker and it's a lot easier, and it's also cool to use. So what I have bought is, let me show you. I've bought the Rubicon 9000, and where are we? Also this, the food and fertiliser shop. That place is down on your farm, near one of your fields, wherever you want to put it, and you can go and fill up the Rubicon from here. So if you look at the Rubicon, it's actually here, so it is pretty expensive, nearly £500,000. So it's a big expenditure, but if you look at the coverage, it's like 48.5 meters. It has 9,000 litre capacity, so it does kind of cover a large area at once. Your other alternatives are, where are we? Fertilizer technology. So you've got these three. So that's 24 meter coverage, and these ones are both 12. When you click on them, obviously they have kind of larger capacities. That one's 18950, and when you click on it, you can get a better coverage by changing the spreading disc to the spreading unit, which gives you an extra 6 meters. So that goes up to, if you look there, goes from 12 to 18 meters, but still 18 meters compared to 48. It's worth spending the money if you've got it. So I'll take you over to where mine is and show you what I'm on. Just need to open this gate. Okay. So I like using this Rubicon because the coverage is amazing. I've got 2 fields where it pretty much, with 3 passes, it will fertilise the whole field, like the one coming up in front of us. So this field here, generally you can, I'm pretty sure I remember you do it in like 3 passes, maybe 3.5, and this is where I keep it. So if I jump out of here, this is what it looks like. You go through there with the Rubicon, just about where it is now, and it'll fill it up. So, like I say, the where are we? The filling station. Is it under miscellaneous? I think it might be under miscellaneous. Yeah, there we go. So that's 25,000. Sounds a lot, and it's a mod as well, so you need to get that out of the mod hub. But it makes the job so much easier, so much easier. So that's 25,000. That's from the mod hub, and then you've got the Rubicon. which is 489,000, which is a lot to spend. But the other day, I've done a video on it already, but the other day I kind of made 815,000 in one harvest by selling a load of soybeans. I've got a really good price for them. If you look at the fields, I've extended them all, so I've got 6, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and that is what they should look like. But I've turned 8, 9, 10 and 11 all into one field. Look, I got loads out of that. Field 7 has been extended just here, if you can see there, look. And I've joined 6 and 12 together, and I've also extended all the way around the field. See there, look, all the way along the sides and also along the ends there as well, look. So I recommend doing that if you want a bigger yield. Anywho, so let's show you the Rubicon. So it's got a 9,000 litre capacity. I believe you can kind of buy animal feed and stuff from that thing as well, but to be honest, I've only ever used it for fertilising. So if we hold down R1 and press X as well, it will unfold. You watch how big this gets. Massive. I actually enjoy using this as well, compared to it is a bit of a chore with the other fertiliser spreaders, to be honest. Don't know why, I just seem to enjoy this one a lot more. It just looks cool as well. I do use the other fertiliser sprays to put line down actually, which I'll show you in a bit. So R1 and R1 and square turns it on, and then off you go. You can see the area it's going to cover. Let's go straight in that edge of that field. So look, it's covering a massive area. The other fertiliser sprayers not even half that, are they? This looks cool as well. It's probably a little bit on the lazy side, I don't know, but I figured, sod it. I made enough money the other day to buy one, and so I did. And with the fields that I've got, the size I've got them, need a bit of help. Okay, straight a bit. Okay, there we go. When I'm fertilising as well, it says something about like you only have to put line down every three harvests, but I don't know why. But when I kind of put fertiliser down, I could go straight over it again, put another one down, which should give me 100% fertilisation. But it doesn't. So now what I do is, it costs a little bit, but I think you kind of get the returns back with your yield every time I do it now, I do a fertiliser, go over with lime, and then another fertiliser, and that just every single time gives me 100% fertilisation. Whereas without the lime, it doesn't seem to. I'm not sure why, to be honest, because I think you're only supposed to put lime down every three harvests after every third time you've used the field. See, look at the area that we've covered already. You can also, I have weeds turned off because, to be honest, I haven't got the patience for that. But you can also use this for herbicide as well. So if you want it, if you've got weeds on and you kind of wanted to, kill them part of you can fill this up from the filling station full of herbicide. I actually did it by accident the other day. I had to empty the whole lot out, which was just me not being careful. So yeah, you can use it for that as well. What have I done? I've done 3 passes. So I was exaggerating a little bit, but anyway, you can see what it does. And then after I finish this, I'm going to go over with lime, with one of the other fertilisers, fertiliser machines, which you would use if you didn't have this, and you will see the coverage difference then. So this hopefully should be the last pass over. I just love using this machine, don't know why. I'll show you, I'll take it and fill it up straight away as well after this, so you can kind of see. It fills up really quick. So that's one lot of fertiliser, which if I jump out and look at it, you'll see it now says fertilised 50%. Okay, so I could go back over this again with this sprayer and it would still say 50%, which, if anybody else understands that, please let me know, because the way I kind of read it was that 2 lots of fertiliser gives you 100%, and you had to put lime down every 3 times that you use the field. But it doesn't seem to work like that for me. Don't know why. So right, let's move this properly out of the way for the moment. So I do fertiliser, 1 lot of fertiliser with this, 1 lot of lime, another lot of fertiliser, and then you're ready to seed. So I need which tractor is this Fendit? This tractor. I need to do a little tour of the farm. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know I've actually bought this bioplant as well, and I'm not kind of sure what to do with it, to be honest. I know you can make chaff or whatever with it, but it's not something I've done yet. I've not even got into animals yet. I have had some chickens, but to be honest, they seemed a lot of hard work for not as much return. I think the best thing that you can seem to kind of make money on is soybeans, but you don't want to do the same thing all the time because it'd be boring as hell. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is plant some potatoes. They're not the best. Alright, you need to. Maybe it would be better if I showed you the controls. Bear with me. So if you go to help window, turn it on. There you go, top left. So L1, X, unfold the sprayer, and then turn on. There we go. So this is your line. Forgive my driving, it's not the best. I might have to speed this up a little bit, otherwise the video is just going to be too long and people will be bored out of their brains. Just watching this. So I will speed this up after I've covered the whole field, and we'll go once we've covered the field with the line, we'll take a look at it and see what it says, what this fertilised state is, by jumping out and having a look at the field. And then after that we'll go back over again with fertiliser, and we'll check the fertilised state of the field again. So turn off. Okay, so that was using the Breedle K165 fertiliser trailer. So as you can see, it took quite a while longer to even. I got one of the helpers to do that, just so it's quicker actually. But it took quite a while longer than using the other fertiliser. The good thing about this is, as you can see, you can put lime in it as well, so you can line your fields with these. I'm just going to fold this up, so press L1 and X. To fill it up, you need to have a lime station or go somewhere where there's lime. You press L1 and left on the D-pad, opens up like that. I've got a lime station on this bioplant, so you go near it, you should start filling, There we go, so start filling line. This takes a while longer to fill up than what the other fertiliser does. I don't know why. So if you haven't got enough money for the other one, I mean this will do the job. The other one is just quicker. You still need one of these really anyway to kind of put the line down. So you know it's an expensive job kind of having one of these, and even though I've got two, it's because of the massive fields I've got. But to kind of get one of these plus the other one, which is nearly £500,000 on its own, it's a lot of money. So I'm going to pass over with the other fertiliser. See as well, if you go onto garage, and you can see here, look, the K165 Breedle, and that's the one that you want, especially for your lime. And the other one is the Rubicon 9000. Okay, so before we carry on, we'll just have a quick look at this field. Now we've gone over it, so it still says 50%. It says soybeans, but that's because it's I'm not going to plough it, because I'm going to be putting in some canola in it. So with the seeders I've got, you don't need to plough it. So with one lot of lime and one lot of fertiliser, it's 50%. It's still saying 50%. And let me just jump. There we go. So if you see now, the reason that I do one layer of fertiliser, one layer of lime, then another layer of fertiliser. I don't do both. I don't do one lot of fertiliser and then another lot of fertiliser, because it's actually hard to see when you're going over the first one where you're spraying. Whereas obviously when you do it this way, it's really easy to tell. So so you see what I mean now, look, you can tell that you're actually spraying it, whereas if you're going over on the field that you've already just sprayed, you can't tell where the lines are, so it's not as easy. So it's just easier to do this way. So fertiliser, lime, fertiliser. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, or certainly not the only way to do it, but this is how I've found it. The best way to kind of fertilise my fields, so I know that they're 100% when I sow. So I get the best yield. Like I said, I don't think you're supposed to kind of put lime down every time, but probably, you know, it's maybe an added cost. Maybe, but I like to think that you get that back with a decent yield anyway. It's not that much to line this field. That might be a different video that I do another day actually. We'll try it out for size. What the difference is. Maybe just do half a field at a time or something. Speed this up, so catch you in a minute. Okay, so now that's done, if we jump out and now look at the field, so it's had 2 lots of fertiliser and 1 lime. It now says fertilised 100%, so you'll get a better yield off that. Okay, and so if you jump in here, I'll show you quickly. If I just turn this on, and this bit that's not been used, we'll spray this. Both of these fields, they've been treated exactly the same previous to me doing this. So they both had 2 lots of fertiliser and lime, and they've both been harvested. So all I've done to this one is sprayed it, as you've just seen. There's no lime down there. Apparently, lime every 3 harvests and 2 lots of fertiliser will still give you 100%. But as you can see, I'm going to go over it a second time. This still says it's had 2 lots of fertiliser, still says 50%. So if I was to go and chuck some lime on top of that, it would then say 100%. So that to me says that you have to put lime down every time to get 100% fertilisation to kind of get maximum yield. Strange, but I like to go 100%, so that's it. Okay, so I'll end the video here. Sorry it's been a bit long, but it's, rather than just explain it, I wanted to show it as well. So if anybody disagrees with what I'm saying, please, please say. I might be doing something wrong, I might have helped you, or whatever, I'm not sure. But let me know. Cheery ho!